Hey guys, Rusty over here, and recently I finally got myself the Grey Riding Camel, so I wanted to show you guys what I personally found to be the best method in order to do this, and essentially guys are going to be abusing the class trials. Now if you already know how the mount works and how to get it, I will of course leave timestamps down below if you want to skip to the method that I use, but of course let's actually explain and get into how you actually get the Grey Riding Camel first. Let's get right into it. So how do you actually get the camel? First things first, you want to head over to Uldum, and if you have the N'Zoth invasions active from patch 8.3 in BFA, you want to talk to Zdormi in Ramkahen and have it basically revert back to the way the zone was before the N'Zoth invasions, otherwise you will not be able to get the spawns. Now sped throughout Uldum, there will be these mysterious camel figurines. There's set spawn locations for these figurines, more on that in a second. But once you find one of these figurines, there's two things that can happen. The highest probability chance is that you will click the figurine and it'll just turn to dust. 9 times out of 10, that is what will happen. However, there is a very, very small chance that once you click the real figurine, the true figurine that will give you the mount, they'll essentially you'll be put in like a tornado and you'll go into a completely different zone. I believe it actually brings you to the Steam Ponds or whatever it is, Inferalis or Desolus, one of the other zones. Essentially, it brings you to a different area, and there's going to be this big guy here, the Camel Hoarder. You're going to kill him, and he has a 100% drop chance to drop the mount. Again, the rare part being finding the correct figurine. Now, in terms of spawn points, there's, again, set spawn points throughout the entire zone of Uldum. I recommend an add-on and a plugin for that add-on. The add-on being Handy Notes, the plugin being Handy Notes Mysterious Camel Figurines. I will leave both of those linked in the description down below, or you could just download them through the Curse client. I will also leave the map open in the video if you'd like to pause it and look at that instead, but I really recommend not doing that. You're better off just getting the 2 add-ons so the actual spawn locations are on your actual map in-game, making them easier to find. So once you have your spawn locations, essentially the strategy, guys, is really, or the way you do this, is just to fly around Uldum looking for these mysterious camel figurines. Again, there will always only be one up at a time, or none up because someone has clicked it. When there is one spawns though, there will only always be one, and most of the times it will be a fake one until you eventually get lucky and get the one where it spawns the mount. And that's pretty much how you actually get the mount and how it works. Now let's go over what I actually did and what I really recommend that you guys do in order to actually farm this mount, if you want to look at it like that, and that's going to involve class trials. So you're going to want to head back over to the character creation screen and specifically make a mage class trial on a low population role-playing realm. The reason why you want to do it on a low pop realm, less competition, simple enough. RP realms also do not CRZ, cross realm zone, with normal realms, so you definitely also want to do it on a RP realm. Specifically a mage, more on that in a second. It could be Horde, Alliance, doesn't matter. Immediately hearth to your capital city. By the way, you might as well pick Horde if it doesn't matter, because Horde is a superior faction. I'm kidding, by the way, before someone in the comments gets offended. So once you're in your faction's capital city, go ahead to the Cataclysm portals and take the one to Uldum and set your Hearthstone to Uldum, Ramkahen. So when you Hearthstone, you end up over there, and you can also port back. That way you can port back to your capital city. More on that, and again, in a little bit, it has to do with war mode. So essentially, once you're on that class trial and you're Uldum, you're going to do what I just said before. Fly around to all the different spawn points, checking for mysterious camel figurines. Once you either find one or don't, this is what you can do. First of all, you could abuse war mode, since war mode is 2 separate phases on and off. So start off with war mode on, because that is of course the one that chances are most people do not play with war mode on, so that'll have the less competition. If the figurine is not up with war mode on, go ahead, head back to Ramkahen, turn it off, check again, and then when you come back later, if it's not up, you could port to your capital city, turn war mode back on, then hearth back to Uldum, and then you could repeat the process from there once you eventually get back to that class trial. Now, once you're done with one class trial, what you're going to want to do, this is what I did, and I really recommend you doing it, head to it, make another class trial on another low population RP realm, and essentially you're going to want to keep repeating this process until you have a ton of class trials, farming Uldum for the camel mount, and sooner or later you should very quickly, because you'll have so many class trials looking for this mount, you should be able to click so many figurines, you'll get the mount pretty quick. I believe it is around a 5% chance of the figurine being the true figurine that gives you the mount. Again, really just repeating that process of creating class trials, checking with war mode on, then checking with war mode off, port back to your capital city, turn war mode on, and hearth back to Uldum, create another class trial, and repeat the process from there. Obviously, you can eventually come back to the first class trial that you made. And that's pretty much the main method you're going to want to use, guys, using the class trials in order to farm the Grey Riding Camel. Now, there are a couple other things I do want to mention before I end the video, that mainly being that you cannot actually target the mysterious camel figurines, so you cannot make a /target macro in order to find them easier. However, if you turn on friendly nameplates, they will actually appear as, well, friendlies, because they are technically a friendly NPC, so I definitely recommend turning on friendly nameplates for the mysterious camel figurines. And I know I'm repeating myself, but these are important. Absolutely recommend you get handy notes with the mysterious camel figurines plugin. It will make it so much easier to see where the spawn locations are. And guys, really just use class trials, abuse the heck out of them. You make the class trials in the low pop realms, abusing the separate phases of war mode on and war mode off. That's why you want the mage, by the way. Set your hearth in Uldum, you can port back to capital cities to turn war mode on, and just keep checking those spawn locations for the mysterious camel figurines. Of course, them having spawn rates from 2 to 8 hours, and that is pretty much it. I wish you guys the best of luck. I got mine pretty quick once I just remembered that class trials were actually a thing and that they do work in order to get this mount. I do hope this guide helped you. I hope you guys get your Grey Riding Camel. As always, feel free to leave a comment down below. Whether you, hey, just tell me if you liked the video. Tell me if I did a good job. If you have a question, leave a question down below. I always do my best to answer every comment. I don't always get to all of them, but I try my best. Sometimes I don't see them all. Like the video if it helped you out, if you enjoyed it. Sub to the channel if you're not already. I assume most of you watching this video are not. And as always, Halo 3 is the best Halo. Although I gotta say, guys, Halo Infinite's coming for Halo 3. That reveal trailer, that multiplayer, it's coming for it. We'll have to see. Alright, guys. Until next time. Bye-bye.